Russia's Su-57 stealth fighter has increasingly been presented by Moscow as a uniquely combat-proven fifth-generation aircraft, having been deployed in real operations since 2022. During the war in Ukraine, Russian officials and state-linked analysts argue that its missions, ranging from suppressing enemy air defenses to long-range air-to-air engagements, are more complex than those undertaken by any other stealth fighter currently in service. Although the first Su-57 formally entered service only in December 2020, production has steadily expanded, while upgrades to sensors, avionics, and weapons have continued. As the United States and China push ahead with sixth-generation fighter programs, Russia appears to be positioning the Su-57 as a 5+ generation platform, incorporating emerging technologies such as advanced artificial intelligence, optional unmanned operation, cooperative drone control, and future access to hypersonic and electromagnetic weapons. A central element of the Su-57's combat profile is its extensive weapons suite, which Russian sources claim is broader than that of any other fifth-generation fighter. Designed around internal weapons carriage to preserve stealth, the aircraft features two large tandem bays beneath the fuselage and smaller bays near the wing roots. External stores can be carried if required, but at the cost of radar invisibility, making internal weapons the preferred option for most missions. For air-to-air combat, the Su-57 is equipped with a 30mm 9A1 4071K autocannon mounted near the right wing root. Derived from earlier Soviet designs, it is intended for close-range engagements and supplements the fighter's short-range missiles. Its infrared-guided missile, the K-74M2, evolved from the R-73 family, is optimized for high off-bore sight targeting and internal carriage. Russian analysts, however, acknowledge that newer foreign designs, particularly China's PL-10, may exceed its performance. At longer ranges, the Su-57 relies on the K-77M Beyond Visual Range missile, which Russian media have described as one of the most advanced in its class. According to RT, the missile uses an active phased array radar seeker that allows it to rapidly track and respond to highly maneuverable targets, giving it a large no-escape zone. The aircraft can also reportedly carry a modified version of the R-37M long-range missile internally, enabling it to target high-value assets such as airborne early warning aircraft and tankers at extreme distances. In the air-to-ground role, the Su-57 is compatible with a range of guided munitions. These include the KAB-250 satellite-guided bomb, designed for precision strikes, and the heavier KAB-500 penetrator for hardened targets. The PBK-500U Drell glide bomb, featuring autonomous target-seeking submunitions, has been highlighted by Russian sources as particularly effective against armored formations. Cruise missiles also form a key part of the aircraft's strike capability. The XH-59 Mk2, first tested in combat during operations in Syria, provides a standoff strike option against fortified targets, while the lighter XH-38 offers flexibility against less defended objectives. For suppression of enemy air defenses, the Su-57 can deploy the XH-58 USHKE anti-radiation missile, a modernized variant adapted for internal carriage. Russian officials have emphasized its relevance amidst extensive air defense networks encountered during the Ukraine conflict. The fighter also has an anti-ship role, currently using the XH-35U cruise missile, with Russian sources indicating that more advanced Hypersonic options are planned for future integration. Taken together, Russian commentary portrays the Su-57 not only as a stealth fighter, but as a continuously evolving platform intended to bridge the gap between 5th and 6th generation air combat.
We have completed another flight as part of the selection program. The flight was dedicated to testing stability and controllability with the configuration featuring entirely our own domestic actuators, domestic components, and braking system. The flight was successful. All the basic characteristics of the MC-21 aircraft, which we obtained during initial certification, have been confirmed. The aircraft is in no way inferior to imported actuators, and in the examined area fully meets the requirements of the certification basis. We will continue our work and aim to complete our certification as soon as possible.
Stability and controllability modes were evaluated at both high and low speeds. We also assessed the overall performance of these complex systems under significant overloads by carefully applying precise pitch and roll inputs. The systems behaved appropriately in accordance with their specifically intended functional responsibilities.
Preparation of the aircraft for certification work after its arrival on November 13th from the Irkutsk aviation plant was completed in record time thanks to the cooperation, effective and well-coordinated work of the teams from the Flight Test and Development Complex, the Engineering Center, as well as specialists from the MC-21 project partnership.
The task was written up and it was a very large one. It was quite extensive, covering the testing of stability, controllability, and the flight performance characteristics of the aircraft, practically across the entire altitude range and in various configurations. Today we carried out tests for stability and controllability, reaching the maximum allowable angles of attack at minimum speeds and at various altitudes. Overall, I believe the aircraft has passed its first test. There is still a lot of work ahead. The certification process will continue, along with a more in-depth study of the aircraft by aviation registry specialists, now in its current import-substituted form.